The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. We have saved millions of dollars for people with their student loan debt, but things are changing. Is now the time for you to get rid of your student loan debt as well? Call me now. You have power. Welcome to You Have Real Estate, brought to you by Renewal by Anderson. I am your host, Justin Clark. A great show ahead for you today, but first, the opening statement. Before the opening statement, my commitment to you, as always, is this real estate market is volatile at best. It's changing quickly. If you're looking to sell your home, the most important thing you need to know is what your home is worth. These websites will not accurately tell you what your house is worth. I will send someone to, I see you in the background, Michaela, making fun of me. I will send you someone to your house to let you know what your house is actually worth. 407-205-0400. Now, the opening statement. Can you believe it? It's holiday season. I've seen a proliferation recently of people having Christmas lights put up by other people. Now, this isn't like the movie where you get out there and they fall out of the what is it, the fence? What did he fall out? Let me just welcome my first guest, by the way. He knows more about this than I do. Roy Lopez. It's Shine Bright Christmas Lights. What is the movie again? Chevy Chase? Come on. Chevy Chase, he's putting up the Christmas lights. This has got to be National, okay, Christmas Vacation. Oh my gosh, what a terrible human being for not knowing. This one, anyway, it's probably before your time, actually, but a great movie. You got to watch it this Christmas season. But people have, for generations, been putting up Christmas decorations, Christmas lights themselves. Just in the last few years, I've seen a lot of people who have hired companies to come in and do that for them, and that's exactly what you do.
Correct.
How does the process work?
So it's an all-inclusive experience. We want our customer not to lift a finger. We'll come out, we'll design and install your lights. They're commercial grade. Kids love them. They go everywhere, from wreaths to the roof line. And it's just a big magical experience.
Yeah. What about the removal process? Do I have to take them down?
Nope.
So you're going to do it for me?
Yeah, so we'll do it all for you. It's our lights. We're just giving it to you so you can enjoy them for the season.
Yeah.
And we'll come back at a time that works great for you.
Wait, so when do people normally end up putting their lights up, or when do you normally come over to put them up? What time of the year?
So the earliest as of right now is October, running an early bird discount. But really it starts happening after Halloween. People come in, really want their lights up.
I'm not asking you for a direct quote. I'm really not. But I do want to get an idea of what something like this costs. Let's say I have sort of a regular, 2,500 square foot house, something like that. I want to get some decent lights up and the yard looking good. What should I expect that to run me? It's not a quote, I promise, but I just want to get an idea.
So what I can say, because there's a lot that goes into it, the color of the lights is specifically what you want. But our average job varies from $1,000 to $1,600.
But then again, if I'm going to go to Walmart or whatever and buy all these lights, that's going to cost me what, $500 anyway, isn't it, just to buy the lights?
And then
I got to store them all year, and I got to go up in that attic thing, and you got to pull the you know what I'm talking about, Brent? You pull the stairs down, and it's scary. It's scary walking up there. I don't ever want to go back up there again.
Yeah.
So I got a story for you. Last year, somehow at my house, I got out of doing any decorating at all. I was very proud of myself. I can't remember if I was out of town. Something happened. I got out of it. I was like, winner. Like, this is amazing. And I went over to Michaela's house, her parents' house, my almost wife. And it was Sunday. We had spent the weekend there. It was Sunday. We're about to leave. And I see her dad walking out. And they have a big house. I see her dad walking outside. And he's like grabbing some lights and things like that. And I made the mistake of saying, oh, and we were about to leave. And I made the mistake and I said, oh, can I help you with that? This is one of the biggest mistakes in my life, Roy. Let me tell you something. I was out there, I'd say 4 or 5 hours at least. I thought he was just putting up a string of lights. We're talking about the entire front yard, the entire 6,000 square foot house. It was terrible. So I'd like to give him your number as well, if you don't mind.
Okay.
So
Yeah, of course.
You do things other than Christmas lights as well. I've seen a lot of clients. Your mom obviously is a great real estate agent. She sent a lot of her clients over for window cleaning.
Yes.
How does that work?
So that's our most popular service. What we do is, we can come out for a one-time clean, but a big thing for us now is our protective plan. So we'll come out, clean your windows with our commercial equipment, and we'll apply our rain shield so it can last great all year.
What does that mean? What is the rain shield? What does that even mean?
So it's like Rain-X. It's not the same thing. With Rain-X, your windows will get sticky, attract dirt. What our sealant will do is protect it from the rain, helping not stick on. Water will bounce right off, keeps it cleaner for longer. Come out for the next cleaning as scheduled.
How often should I get my windows cleaned at my house, you think? What's an average?
We recommend 4 times a year.
4 times a year, so once a quarter. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah, at the minimum, once every 6 months. Less than that, it's just gonna get really dirty.
It's Christmas time. If you want to make your house beautiful without getting in a fight with your wife or your husband, without having to climb up in the attic, that attic thing, I'm not trying to be a baby here. It does scare me. I know there's living things up there, and you haven't been up there in, a year essentially. Every time I pull those stairs down and I start walking up, I'm like, oh, this is not going to go well for me.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that. They're going to put up the lights for you. A very quick break. When we return, more from Ocala, Florida, as You Have Real Estate continues. Welcome to our house. I mean, you spend more time here than I do, but it is hurricane season. You know our windows are terrible.
Yeah.
When hurricanes roll through, we actually go to your parents' house because we feel safer there, because you don't feel the wind vibration. Go feel the windows right now. Hit the windows like that.
Okay.
This is not a window.
No,
that
and
it should
I mean,
ever
there's
be relied
condensation
upon
from just our sprinkler.
but during a storm like that, you
Water's
wonder why you
coming
feel the
through.
vibrations. Even when a summer storm rolls through, we feel the vibrations here. That's why Dan Brigman is here today, Renewal by Anderson. Dan, as a man, I want to feel like I have a safe, protected place for my family. And I don't here. I'm not ready for hurricane season because of the windows that we have. What can I do as a family guy to make sure my family's safe during the storm season?
Well, first thing you have to do is you got to do what, you've got to inspect your windows. You've got to know and learn about what you have. And Justin, what you have is not a hurricane window. That's not going to stop anything from coming in this house. If a shingle or a terracotta tile were to blow off in your next door neighbor's house in a windstorm and hit that, and you're sitting at this table, it is not a good day. All right, it is coming through. So what we have to do is we have to get coastal windows in this house, and we have to get them in as soon as we can.
I totally agree. The financing that you have too is fantastic. You make it super easy for me to afford windows in my house.
Yes, we do. Look, we know that no home improvement project is cheap, right? I mean, most of us just don't carry, $50, $60, $70,000 around in our pocket, right? And so what you have to do is you have to make it affordable for our homeowners. And that's just what we do through our easy pay plans. We have multiple different ways that we do business. We have 12 months, no interest, 18 months, 24 months. We even have 180-month low interest plans. Some of them as low as 5.9. You can't even buy a house.
You can't. Not even close. Thank you, Dan, for coming, by the way. Do you feel better?
I do.
Are you going to stop yelling at me?
I mean, Dan's here, so Dan's going to save the day.
Thank you.
RBA is always going to save
A
the day.
Renewal by Anderson, QR code on the screen right now. Get your family prepared for hurricane season and storm season. Even if the hurricane doesn't come through, the storm season gets scary here in Florida as well. Do it today. People ask me all the time if I feel guilty for filing bankruptcy for people. No, I do not. I feel guilty not filing bankruptcy for hardworking families who are struggling every month to put food on the table. Call me now. You have power. Back here in Ocala, Elisha Lopez joins me. It's hard to believe the year's almost coming to an end, and it makes me think back on the year a little bit as well. What's gone on in real estate this year so far? How would you describe this year in real estate in the Ocala market so far?
quiet.
Quiet? Yeah.
Yeah. I
What,
mean,
what has created that quietness, you think?
the last 2 years, the real estate market as a whole throughout the entire country has just slowed down. But it's all cycles.
Yeah.
It's just let's say for agents example, if they haven't been in the business for a long time, they don't understand that piece of it. So they're getting to experience that side.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's not like 2008 because that was really quiet.
Oh, yeah. For as long as you and I can remember, it's always been that the seller pays the real estate commission for buyer and seller, 6%, negotiable, of course, but that as long as we've ever been in real estate, that's how it has always been done. Coming into this year with the NAR settlement, there was all this talk about, oh, everything's going to be different now, and all these changes. How has that settlement impacted how real estate is actually transacted this year, if at all?
An extra addendum.
Yeah.
Then we have another form, of course, the buyer brokerage agreement. So our forms have changed, disclosing that in the beginning and getting that signed in the beginning before they work with the buyer. But other than that, it really has not impacted especially here in our area. But I've talked to broker friends all over Florida and the country, like everybody's saying the same thing. It's just, a little change that we had and everybody moves on.
So is it just a different structure, but the seller's still paying the commission for both sides?
Yeah, true. Especially now where properties are sitting on the market sometimes 120 days on the market.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, and what about then the buyer? Because I think that the buyer's agent was the most nervous about this because they didn't know how it was going to impact their commission. But in a lot of ways, has this been good for the buyer's agent? Because they're really locking in the buyer who they're spending all this time driving around town, showing them houses. Mm-hmm. Now there's a commitment from the actual buyer to the buyer's agent.
Yeah, no, it's really good. But something I actually have seen, so there's the buyer brokerage agreement, and then there's also the buyer brokerage agreement where it's specific for like just a showing. And I have seen some agents, I kind of call it a little bit of a cop-out.
Yeah.
To go that route, but it's not good because you're not getting that commitment. And if it's like holistic with the whole industry, why not get the commitment?
Right.
Then you actually have peace of mind that your buyer's not going to go cheat on you.
Yeah. Looking ahead to next year now, again, this year has been a little bit quiet. Interest rates have been high. Mm-hmm. I mean, the prices have really stayed about the same, but it's taken a lot longer to sell a house, no doubt about it. What is your vision for next year? What do you think is going to happen?
I believe that rates coming down a little bit because it does make a difference when, like with the buyer's ratios or if they can buy or
sure.
get into a certain neighborhood. But I just think that they're going to be more realistic. Like, okay, I don't think things are going to go down like I thought. I'm going to stop waiting on the sidelines. And also, a lot of buyers have had time to save for their down payment because it's going to be 2 years. So there's buyers from 2 years ago wish they could have bought, did not have the funds to actually purchase. And now that the prices have leveled off and they've saved for 2 years, that's like a whole group of buyers that are going to get into the market.
When you talk to a buyer who's been renting for many years, they really want to buy a house. It's been their dream to buy a house. And a lot of people out there are like that, right? They've rented for as long as they can remember, maybe forever. Maybe they never owned a house. What do you tell them? And because there's going to be some fear about buying that house. Mm-hmm. Of course, your first house, it can be a little bit scary. What do you tell that person to overcome those fears and that it's going to be okay? In fact, it's more than okay. This is a wonderful move for you and your family.
So usually they're coming from renting. And I mean, the same way they have to pay their rent every month, that they'll, the landlord or the property manager will come knocking on the door. I mean, it's really the same thing with their mortgage company. Yeah. But it is a big responsibility. And most times coming from an apartment into a home, that you have things that you didn't have to worry about before, like the yard and sometimes like if you have a well instead of public water, things like that. But it's all worth it. It's yours. Like, how nice to just come home and so much.
How does a well versus public water affect the price? I do not know the answer to this. How does that affect the price of real estate, if at all?
Maybe in different areas.
Do people want a well or they want public?
I used to think that I wanted public because coming from Miami in the city, like that's all we know. And when I was a kid, I remember like with a well that you would get the smell like of rotten egg and things like that. And it's just, having a good filtration system. But now moving from one home that was public water to now having a well, like so how did I have a well sooner? because in Marion County, there's so many springs. Like, our water here is so
Really?
good. You have to have a good filter because, there's, like, from the clay, you get iron, and, like, there's different things, but between $3,000 to $5,000, you have an amazing filtration system. And with the first, you don't have a big one.
Yeah.
And the water, like, it really is, like, crystal clear. And I don't know if it's like, I feel like water's delicious, but it's like good water.
Really?
You have to come drink some water.
I'd be happy to come have water with you. So a well is sometimes more desirable than being on a public water system. Okay.
Now, maybe in other parts of Florida, maybe their water, they don't have a lot of springs around,
Yeah.
so the quality of water might not be the same, but I mean, we're known for springs here in Marion County, so it's good water.
And Marion County is also known for having lower real estate prices than back in Orlando. And what I'd like you to do, if you're looking to invest or buy any sort of real estate, there's a QR code on the screen right now. It'll connect you directly with Elisha. She can show you what is on the market right now, or maybe you own real estate anywhere in northern Florida, the Villages, and you want to sell that property. Maybe you own land that you've been sitting on through your family for many years, and you want to at least see, what could I sell that property for? There's one person to turn to for that, and she's sitting right to my right. That's Elisha Lopez. QR code on the screen for her right now. Thank you for lunch, by the way. I was starving. It was awesome. Always great to be up here in Ocala, and most importantly, seeing you and the family. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
All right, talk to you soon. Here's what we'll do, a very quick break. You own some real estate. You want to rent it yourself or have a professional do it for you? It's just ahead as You Have Real Estate continues. If you own a house, especially in Florida, outdoor living might be the most important place to spend your money when it comes to pavers, when it comes to outdoor kitchens, even indoor golf simulators. There's one place to call, and that's DelaTurf, joined by Ryan Church right now. You do it all, but also the artificial turf for outdoor area. What a transformation that can make for people's homes.
Makes a huge transformation since you're not having to mow grass or water, fertilize, anything like that.
Yeah, pavers outside, especially in the driveway, I think absolutely changes the resale value of homes as well.
100%. It's going to look much better than concrete. You get a nice pattern in it, and there's different colors and sizes.
You can't almost say outdoor living without saying outdoor kitchen. Everybody needs one in Florida. You do outdoor kitchens, including, I believe, pizza ovens.
Yes, we do all of that. It is very custom, so we can put them in many different places, and we can work the design according to the customer specifications.
I also got to check out one of your golf simulators, and I've been a little obsessed with a golf sim lately. A new addition, really, to the DelaTurf family. How is that going for you?
It's going great. Yeah, everyone's really taking a liking to it, so I think it's going to be a big hit.
For someone who doesn't want to pay cash and full up front, I get that. I'm kind of the same way. Some awesome financing options available.
Yes, we have several different options available, including 0% for 6 months or 0% for even 25 months, which is huge.
Thank you, Ryan. Always good to see you, buddy. There's a QR code on the screen for you right now. Anything outdoor or even now indoor with your golf sim, there's one place to call. Call DelaTurf.
Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
Welcome back to the show. I get this question often from you, those of you who own 2 properties, 3 properties, and you use them as rentals, and you're like, Justin, should I hire someone to handle these tenants, to handle these problems, or should I do it myself? And I always err on the side of caution. I think that, look, if you have one, maybe do it yourself. Anything more than one, I really think you need a professional for a variety of different reasons to manage your properties. Number one, you don't need the headaches. Number two, a lot of times the vendors that they use them over and over. They can actually save you money when problems arise. So your AC goes out, they have a vendor, and that vendor owes the property manager favors because the property manager gives that vendor so much work. So it oftentimes pays for itself, and it's not that expensive to have someone manage your property. Someone that I trust who does manage property joins me now. Melissa Lebron is here. Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm doing good, and you, Justin?
So, obviously, yes, you think people should have a property manager because that's what you do, but it's true. It's so much help. What kind of benefit do you as a property manager give to these people who own the house? They're renting it out, but they don't want to deal with the headaches?
The biggest headache is having somebody call you 1 o'clock in the morning. Your AC broke down. So the owner has to go to work. They call me. That's my job. I make sure that all my vendors are in line. Got 1, 2, 3 vendors. I call the first one and see who's the first one that's going to go out there, making sure that tenant gets taken care of.
Yeah. Do you oftentimes see property owners who are doing it themselves, renting them themselves, get taken advantage of because they develop like a personal relationship? They care, right? A lot of these people in real estate, they do care. And when they have a tenant who maybe doesn't want to pay and they'll try to pull on your heartstrings type of thing, I see property owners get in trouble because of these heartstrings.
They get attached to it. The tenant gives them, not going to pay you the rent. I'll pay you later, 2, 3 weeks later. Now I have property owners calling me. My tenant hasn't paid me in 3 months. I need help.
Yeah. And you, though, if I hire you to manage my property, like I don't even ever talk to the tenants from the time you lease it to them until the time they leave, right?
I maintain a relationship with my tenants.
But I mean, if I'm the owner of the house, I don't have anything to do with any of it really, other than own the house, right?
Exactly. You only get your money.
Yeah.
That's what you get, the rent. And I do maintain contact with you as the owner just to make sure that you know what's going on with the property.
Right. But I don't have to worry about lease. So what happens? A tenant moves out, I have to release it. Who handles that?
I handle it for you.
They
don't handle anything.
They don't pay the rent. I have to evict them. Who handles that?
We handle it.
The AC goes out in the middle of the night. Who handles that?
We handle it.
The tenant is saying that they can't make their rent payment this month. Who deals with that?
We deal with it. You have no headaches.
Really? It pays for itself. And property management is not that expensive for these property owners if you think about it. How do you normally charge them to handle this property management?
We charge them a fee on the property itself. Pretty much you have a price in mind. When I talk to the owner of the property, then we give them the right price. Sometimes it's like, oh, I could get a little bit more. And then it comes out pretty much, if they hire me, there's no expenses versus what they were going to get.
2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, this real estate market was insane. You'd list a property for sale, 30 people would be there within a day making an offer. It's not like that now. Same though with rentals, I think, a couple years ago. It was so easy to rent a property as a property owner, tough as a tenant. Where are we now in the rental world when it comes to renting properties?
It takes a little bit, but it's all about how the property looks. Any update the property needs, that's why you want to hire a professional to be able to take care of your property, let you know what updates you need to make so you could get the best rent amount for your property.
When you start talking to someone who has never invested in real estate before, they're just buying their first investment home, what is some of the advice that you tell them other than having someone manage it?
It's just making sure that the home is up to date with the Florida laws, because tenants, when they move into a home, the home has to have certain things that the home at the moment might not have for security.
But then if I have you, you're going to deal with that for me anyway, right?
Correct.
What about Airbnb? A lot of people, it seems like, especially here in Ocala with WEC and all that going on, want to buy a property and then do it themselves on Airbnb. What do you say to that person?
I would tell them hire a professional, hire us to handle it, because you're going to be somewhere and anywhere you're going to be at, even overseas. You want to make sure it's being handled, because when somebody goes to the property, you want to go to a property and you don't want to have any issues.
Yeah, absolutely. And then what about when it comes time to sell the property, right? When do you think it's time, okay, I really do need to sell this property now? How do I make that decision?
Based on one thing is the market, and then you also have to notice, if I sell it, would I get my monies that I invested in it, or the time you invested in it?
Yeah, exactly.
The upgrades.
What kind of upgrades because if I'm just going to rent it out, do I really need to make it super nice, or I just need to make it, kind of nice? I don't know.
Well, put it this way. One thing that when I go to a property, you have to observe is the flooring.
Okay.
You don't want to rent with something with carpet.
Yeah.
Because then you got to replace it when somebody moves out.
Absolutely.
And then upgrades, kitchen, and all that stuff.
Yeah, always good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Justin.
Thank you to all of our guests today, to our amazing crew back in the studio and right here on site, Brent and Michaela. And most importantly, thank you. Justin Clark signing off from Ocala. See you again next week for more You Have Real Estate. People ask me all the time if I feel guilty for filing bankruptcy for people. No, I do not. I feel guilty not filing bankruptcy for hardworking families who are struggling every month to put food on the table. Call me now. You have power.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.